Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, May 9, 2023. Groundbreaking for the new Houses of Parliament is projected for October or November this year. The update came from Prime Minister Andrew Holness last week. Mr. Holness was chairing a recent multi-stakeholder meeting on the government campus project.
Once that procurement process starts, or rather is completed and the contractor is selected, mobilization could be very rapid. So you could literally see soil turning, by October, November this year. Now, once that happens, then we have to now also do the parallel activities, the widening of the road, the putting in of the water infrastructure, dealing with the traffic issues, and the issues of acquiring lands around relocation. All of those things will begin.
Mr. Holness says, following Cabinet's declaration of the undertaking as a national strategic project, parliamentary approval will be sought by the end of May.
For Parliament, we await two approvals. One is the approval to build, and the other one is build using a strategic project cover. So the strategic project, that has to be declared through the Minister of Finance, and I'm told by the FS that has been sent to the drafters. And we should have that back next week. So let's say by the end of May.
The Prime Minister says that to get the project moving, Cabinet will also give approval for the acquisition of land to facilitate parking for the Ministry of Finance. Cabinet should receive that submission this week. Meanwhile, the Urban Development Corporation, UDC, says communication and engagement will be deepened as the construction phase of the project approaches. The UDC will manage the construction of the new Parliament building. The undertaking forms part of the National Heroes Park redevelopment and government campus project, which is a component of the master plan to redevelop downtown Kingston. The Ministry of Local Government will be spending $4 million to help with the cleaning of a sewage system in Falmouth Trelawny to prevent overflow in the town. Portfolio Minister Desmond McKenzie says an agreement has been reached with the National Water Commission and the Trelawny Municipal Corporation for continuous cleaning to be done. He was speaking at the opening of a new homeless shelter in the parish recently, pointing out that the issue has been a long-standing one that has grown more intense as the town develops. Minister McKenzie says several steps have been taken to address it on a short-term basis.
The Ministry of Local Government is therefore going to be providing some $4 million to the Municipal Corporation to assist in the cleaning, for hiring the Vector truck to do the cleaning that is required to prevent flooding from taking place within the town of Falmouth with sewage.
He says the necessary agencies will be working assiduously to address the problems affecting residents and businesses. A $150 million investment will be made this financial year at Bellevue Hospital to create two distinct institutions. It will include the establishment of a mental health rehabilitation center and a mental health hospital for the treatment and care of acute mental health patients. Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, gave the update during his contribution to the sectoral debate in Parliament recently.
We're going to be developing a more activist program around reintegration.
The Center for Acute Mental Health Care will boast a 100-bed facility on the Bellevue compound with the most modern techniques for the treatment of mental health conditions. It will also create a physical environment that supports the recovery and reintegration of persons within society. Minister Tufton says the comprehensive overhaul of the Bellevue Hospital will begin to address over 400 social cases currently housed at the institution. Meanwhile, more resources will be pumped into the response to mental health at the community level. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says recruitment and training of persons through community-based groups will continue under the Problem Management Plus initiative. The target is to have 180 providers and 30 supervisors.
Already the program has trained 119 community members from entities such as churches, civic groups, and the community-based organizations, providing them with the basic tools for counseling and psychosocial support.
Meanwhile, 50 additional schools will be engaged under the Do Your Share campaign. This is being facilitated under the School Mental Health Literacy Program in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and Youth.
We have trained some 531 school personnel in understanding how to optimize and maintain good mental health, understanding mental disorders and their treatment, decreasing stigma, enhancing the help-seeking efficacy, which is knowing when and where to get help and having the skills necessary to promote self-care and to obtain good care.
The community-based mental health interventions complement the ministry's mental health and suicide prevention helpline and the You Matter chat line. And finally, Prime Minister Andrew Holness and Education Minister Favour Williams were among scores of Jamaicans and schools who participated in Read Across Jamaica Day. The observation is a national literacy initiative created to instill a love of reading among children. Prime Minister Holness engaged students at the DuPont Primary and Infant School in Kingston.
We should not burn it either. It's bad for the air. It makes it hard to breathe, and that's not fair.
Minister Williams was at the Tom Redcom Library.
It begins with a little girl. Is that a girl or a little boy? A boy. And it says, rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. All right, yeah, you're running ahead of me. 3 little birds pitched by my doorstep, singing of melodies pure and true.
Meanwhile, the Jamaica Information Service engaged children during a virtual session.
Daddy, said Kirk to his father, I read in my school book about many different ways of traveling. Oh, really? Replied his father as he sat reading the newspaper. Yes, Daddy, we have been reading about traveling every day this week.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.